Thank you for coming back to We the People News. Please subscribe, leave your thumbs up, and please leave your comments. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel, allowing me to do this. Thank you so much. Yesterday's video, if you did not see it, please go back and watch it. There's a lot of good stuff there I don't want you to miss, and it would help me out a lot on YouTube. Thank you so much. Y'all, we have some very good news today. In fact, it's probably the best news I've ever reported. So please stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss this. Y'all, when it comes to high gas prices, this video is not about bashing anyone. But when it comes to high gas prices, we all love to bash Joe Biden for it. And the Democrats for it. Again, this is not a Biden bashing video, but we have to talk about this. Really and truly, it's not 100% Biden's fault. Yes, he has to take some of the blame. The Democrats also have to take the blame. But then we got the Republicans doing absolutely nothing but sitting on their hands. So I think it's fair to put the blame on them too, because they're not really fighting to stop it. I think both sides is equally at fault at this. In the midterms, we know what we have to do, but whatever you decide to do in the midterms, we have to be very careful with our votes. People says it's all the Democrats' fault. It's all the Republicans' fault. But y'all, let's face it, in reality, it's our fault. We keep voting these people back in office. We keep paying them the big bucks to do nothing. We don't make a change. We are in complete control of who's in office. Yeah, people can say the voting is rigged all day long if they want to, but think about this. Okay, just say for instance, the voting is rigged. Let's just say that. The voting is rigged. But if enough people gets out and votes their conscience, we can beat whatever it is they've rigged it. Because just say for instance, they rigged it so they can win by 1 million votes. Well, if 1.5 million people gets out and votes their conscience, we overrule whatever wrongdoings they've done. So yes, it is our fault for keep voting these people back in office. Think about this. We all know what the Democrats are about. We all know what they want to do. And none of us is very happy with it. Even the Democrats are not very happy with it. But think about the Republicans. We have no clue what they want to do. We don't know their game plan. They have not said anything. The Republicans has not told us their game plan. Mitch McConnell also said he will tell us their plan after the election. Now come on, what kind of garbage is that? He expects us to vote for them and we don't even know what they're going to do. They won't tell us. They're refusing to tell us what their plan is. Do they even have a plan? We don't know. That's why I'm saying both sides has to go. If they're in office, they have to go. Republicans sees the bad job that the Democrats are doing right now. So they're just sitting back waiting on your vote to remove the Democrats. But ask yourself, after we get rid of the Democrats, what is the Republicans going to do? We don't know. They could do even worse than the Democrats are right now. Only time will tell. Again, if they're in office, they have to go. Because if they're in office and they're not telling us their game plan, they're hiding something from us. So we need to get all new blood in on both sides. Gas prices. If what they are saying about the big oil companies getting record profits, but refusing to pump oil. Just take for a minute and think, if this is true, wouldn't that be a strong fight to finish the Keystone Pipeline and get it opened? we could be getting 900 billion barrels of oil, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, pumped into our country from our best friend in the world, Canada. Sorry, y'all. It's just common sense thinking again. I'm sorry. I'll try to reduce that for you. Y'all, I call bullshit from both sides of the party lines. They're all full of it. This is why I say they all have to go in the midterms and in the 2024 election. Joe Biden is working on a plan right now to remove all assault weapons from the United States. Private sector. The military will still have them, of course. Now, I would love to know his plan on how to carry this out. The only assault weapons that I see them being able to remove would be the ones from the thug element. The good citizens, when they buy a weapon, they buy it from a legit dealer. Most of the time they get it registered, they get a concealed weapon permit. There's all kinds of paper trail saying that they've got a gun. But these thugs, they have no paper trail and they have assault weapons. So I would like to know his plan to get this done. Joe, I'm listening. Bring it on. Tell us about it. What's your plan? Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. I love guns. I have several, and I will never part with them. But assault weapons, a lot of people is making fun of Joe Biden for what he said about assault weapons. But, I mean, come on, y'all. Think about this. Assault weapons to go hunt Bambi? Assault weapons are only for one thing, killing. And you don't need an assault weapon to kill Bambi. I will have to agree with Joe Biden on this part. You do not need an assault weapon. You know, I remember a few years back there was a riot. I forgot where it was at. But the people that was rioting had better firearms than the police did. The police had to go into a pawn shop to get firearms to match the thugs that was rioting. That's sad. And if the police has superior weapons over the thug element, maybe the police could get an upper hand and control crime a little bit better. Okay, y'all, this is the good news that I was talking about in the thumbnail, the very good news. I always like to tell you when I get to the good news because there's people out there that say I never talk about the good news that I mentioned in the thumbnail. Well, here it is. Listen up. Y'all, I'm really excited about this one. In Russia, the top officials are now looking at a replacement for Putin for when he is removed from office. I say, thank God. Let's make this happen fast. His top officials is planning a way to get him out of office. Also, y'all, I believe we are in the last days of this war between Russia and Ukraine, because now the officials are saying they are demanding that Putin ends the war now. Putin, it looks like Putin is the only one that wants this war, and we know why, because he's suffering from little man syndrome, and it makes him feel big to do this. These officials that demanded him in the war now was escorted out of the meeting. Y'all, this article that I'm getting this information from is from Newsweek, so you can check it out if you don't believe me. Y'all, we can only pray to God that this happens and happens fast. But I wonder, when this does happen and the war is over this soon, do we get our money back? Probably not. Y'all, just a little update on this channel. I will be changing the name of this channel, but so be watching out for that, or else you'll see a channel that you don't recognize in your news feed and you'll delete it. So be watching out for the name change of this channel. Right now I've got my music channel as Walter Wyburn, and I also got this channel as Walter Wyburn, but all my thumbnails and all my graphics and everything is We the People News. My website is We the People News, so it would stand a reason to change this channel right here to We the People News and leave my music channel as Walter Wyburn. That will be coming soon, so be watching out for it. Don't see We the People News in your feed and not know what it is and delete it. Y'all, we know what we got to do in the midterms. We know what we got to do in 2024, and if we don't do it, we only have ourselves to blame. Y'all, please sound off in the comments. Get it off your chest, get it off your heart, get it out of your mind. It will make you feel better, and I would love to hear from you. Remember, I can't comment to everyone. I'm just a one-man show. But we're about to do some changes on that also. I'm not going to announce those changes yet, but when they happen, you will like them. Y'all, I love you all. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ. Say a prayer for our world. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for those people in Washington that they will start doing the right thing. Say a prayer for everyone around the world that's hurting through COVID, financial hardship, or any other affliction. And still, please say a prayer for the families in Texas that lost their children. I love you all, and until tomorrow, ciao.